to answer that, it must be something on the training ground. But neither me nor you were not at London Coley to know. It's one where, bro, I wish I had answers. I've just come to accept injuries with Arsenal, which is why I'm happy we got some depth. Obviously, I want everyone fit. Look, someone said we're cursed. Someone said it's high intensity training. But then again, yeah, like sometimes when people were saying that last year, Arteta come out and said like when the season's kind of in the thick of it, we're not even really training like that. So where does that kind of go? And also, you have to train the way you play.
At these injuries though. ACL, unlucky. Jesus. Martinelli hamstring, Havertz hamstring.
Yeah, no, that's on Mikel Arteta
Leandro
overworking.
Trossard hamstring, Saka hamstring. Those are on the manager.
Yeah, they're on the gaffer.
The ankle injury, that's an accident. Groin injury, that's an accident. Knee injury, that's an accident. But the hamstring injuries, I feel like are fully preventable. And you want to know something? All those injuries are just forwards. I didn't even speak about midfielders and defenders.
All the players that have been running, like, have played significant parts. Kai, Saka, remember Martinelli last year? It doesn't surprise me. We've had a small squad for previous years, ran these man into the ground. I actually think that played a part into why we bought so many in this summer.
But Nani Madueke played 3 games, if I'm not mistaken.
Don't forget Norgard as well. Him and Norgard never got injured for Chelsea and Brentford, respectively. I don't know what. I don't know. That's a great question.
No, Nani
That's
got
what the
injured.
Journalists should be asking the gaffer about.
Nani got injured for Chelsea last season, bro. He missed a big chunk of their season last season.
A huge chunk.
Yeah, I thought he missed a big chunk of their season. Remember, Chelsea were down with no attackers at one point. Enough. Let me check.
There might be some. I don't know, man. Arteta needs to come out and say.
Madueke at PSV was injury prone. I think some of the conversation around Madueke's injury.
He had muscle in. To be fair, he had
I think some of the conversation around the injuries at Arsenal is unfair, and some of the
is it really unfair?
Yeah, I think some of the conversation is unfair because some of the injuries are completely out of your control as a player and as a manager. Some of them are impact injuries. Some of them are not wear and tear.
I think people are disingenuous to Arteta when you speak about injuries, but I wouldn't say generally it's unfair.
As for injuries in general, we can't complain. If our players are injured or not, we need our best players available to go on and try to win. But even without them, we should have enough to weather the storm for parts of the season. We have a big squad now. This is why we have a big squad. This is why even with City this is why City expected us to beat them because they had injuries and they didn't believe that they had enough to beat us. They had belief that they had enough to maybe come to our house and give us problems, but maybe they didn't think they were going to beat us. As for what we did to them last year, beating them 5-1, I expected us to win that game and I expected us to slap up Port Vale also. But the performances in both games, I feel like we just need to be better creating way more quality chances. Gyökeres was signed for a reason, and we have not used him.
Hey, great segment. Gyökeres, you just said there. Is it Gyökeres? Is it the manager? Is it the system?
It's a little bit of everything. Gyökeres is taking too many touches. The players are not playing to his strengths, and the manager is not creating enough chances for him. The manager's job is to get the ball in the final third to the players that can finish it off and help them get to that section of the pitch and help them find ways to beat that opponent to get the ball into those areas of the pitch. I don't think he's done enough to do that. What I see from Gyökeres, he's taking too many touches. Too many touches. Just take it first chance. Yesterday, if he would have, when Max Dahman gave him the ball, if he would have just one time near post, I think he would have scored.
Do you think Arteta's adapted more to Gyökeres or Gyökeres has adapted more to the system?
In order to get more touches, he's definitely adapting to the system because sometimes he's going from getting 6 touches to 16. The games that he's getting 16 touches, he's doing more than just getting into the box. As for Arteta, I don't think he's changed how he plays to suit Gyökeres yet. I don't think he's playing to his strengths. I don't think he's really changed the team.
Playing to his limitations, and I don't even mean that to be disingenuous.
What he did for the first 10 minutes versus Manchester United only lasted 10 minutes versus Manchester United because it was so chaotic. I don't think he ever wants to do it again. It was so chaotic.
I think you're right, man. I think there's an element of, he needs to, you need to get up to speed with your teammates and that. it annoys me because I remember I had you on the platform and we both agreed one thing around Gyökeres' signing, because we've been asking Arteta to do things differently. Gyökeres is a different kind of striker on paper to what we demanded, and I thought that would have forced him. And I think every Arsenal fan kind of knew when you get past the excitement, you could have. Isaac's obviously got a lot more about him, and he probably would have been the best striker, and he might have scored some more goals because he's got individual brilliance. But we all knew it weren't as white and black as you just slap a strike. There's been games where you could say that, but you just slap the striker in and it's just plug and play. I think Gyökeres is doing all he can. I think he's an evidently limited striker where we're not creating tap-ins for him. The man's had 7 shots. On the face of it, 7 shots, 5 games, 3 goals. It's good, but it's not sustainable. He's feeding off scraps. He wants to go fast on the transition. And then for me, we talk about breaking down low blocks or flat track bully. If he scores against the smaller teams, it's great. But that's where our issues breaking down low blocks have been. And I would also say, Gal, the bigger talking point is anything that we say about Gyökeres individually, that extends to Eze. That extends to everything we've kind of been talking about our attackers. So ain't it going back to what we've been saying at the start, in that Arteta, the handbrake down, just you might make us 10% weaker in a midfield or attack, but I mean in midfield or defense, but we might gain 10%.
Bro,
Because this shouldn't be an issue.
I believe if you take the handbrake off, the system is the issue, not the way that we're attacking. We could go full out attack in this system. We're not going to break anybody down. It's not about the handbrake. It's about the system needing to change to have players in different areas. Because the way he has us right now, he has our best players touching the ball furthest away from goal.
It's like he's holding hands.
Why is Saka getting the ball every single time outside of the box? Sometimes maybe he should get the ball inside the box. And guess what he's going to do? He's going to slap it in the net or get an assist. So maybe instead of Eze being on the wing, it's good for him to be in the middle of the net. And you've seen how he got the goal.
Get something to change your movement, going.
Yeah. Also, look at how we got our second goal versus Real Madrid for away from home. Well, Saka was basically on the left side, chipping the keeper. How often do we see players, bro? I rewatched every single Mo Salah goal before the beginning of the season, and you know what I said to you? It's not the first time I said this to you. I rewatched every single goal, like the highlights of every single goal that he scored on Y Scout. The key difference between Saka average positioning and Mo Salah's average positioning. Mo Salah's average positioning, he gets the ball in the box. Every time he's finishing, first touch, second touch, he's beating one man, getting a goal. It's inside the box. Out of all his goals he scored in the Premier League, I don't think more than 100 is from outside the box. I think it's like maybe like 50.
But this is what I'm saying to you, Gal. We need to. Do you know why? Do you know what I think? What assist I think was better for Eze? Of course, in terms of quality, the goal he set up for Martinelli was amazing. That's what we want to see. But do you know what warmed my heart the most of any goal that's been set up by Arsenal today? It's actually Eze squaring it for Gyökeres. I know Forest sat off, but them kind of unglamorous goals is I think what we're missing. Just tap-ins, bro. What did I say to you when we signed Gyökeres and I had you on this platform? I know we scored great goals on the transition, but it's them little scrappy goals. That's your bread and butter. Like you said, with Mo Salah, you could even throw Haaland into it. Obviously, these men are great players, great strikers. Highlight.
But who made the pass?
Yeah, but the vast majority of who do you expect is going to be up there for the Golden Boot? We hope Gyökeres, but what probably is that right? Haaland, potentially Salah. I guarantee you, if these men get 20, 25, huh? Semenyo, yeah, bring him to Arsenal. All these man, let me exclude Semenyo from this, but all of them kind of man, yeah, if they get 20, 25 plus, like it's gonna there's gonna be great goals. They're gonna score screamers and whatnot, but the vast majority of them goals are gonna be tap-ins. That's your food and drink. Kind of, it's not the same, but kind of what you saw Haaland against us. Arteta, come on, man, you know this, man. Like, you know this. You've been at City. You came through La Masia. I refuse to accept this now, Arteta. You made us good defensively. Still think there's some fine tuning in midfield. I'm not on this now. Like,
guess where Eze got the ball? Eze received the ball exactly where I want him to receive the ball. It was in the box, squared it in the box, and the striker was there for the tap in. And who played the pass? Calafiori.
Exactly.
The way we've been scoring our goals and breaking teams down has been over the top. But if a team sits back, like Everton or Palace, how are we going to break them down?
That's our kryptonite.
My answer is very simple. Have the wide players be the fullbacks and the midfields, and have Saka and Eze or Odegaard in the half space next to the striker. So you always have your best
And
attacking
trust your high
players.
line. Look at Barcelona, man, against Newcastle. Be nice if we did that on Sunday, but I'm not holding my breath.
No. The thing is, Newcastle against a high line for Arsenal side, I don't want to do that. What I want is I want to find a situation where we trust our defenders and everything back there to deal with the situation, but at the same time be a little bit more controlled and safe. Where the attacking side of the game, I want us to be more technical. I want us to be more creative. I don't want to see Moreno in this team. I don't want to see Rice and
You can
Zubimendi.
bring them on to see out the game, but let's start differently, Gaffer. Now we've
And
tried
I
it your
want
way.
Rice. I want Rice when he's out of possession to not be the 6. I want Rice to be going in and helping out in that left half space. If it means Eze's inside and he's out wide, or if it means he's out wide and or Calafiori's or he's covering Calafiori, Declan Rice spend the rest of the game covering Calafiori. I don't give a shit.
This is what I've been saying.
I don't need you in the final third. If we have Eze and Calafiori there, you can stay back and we can just.
You can make your forward runs on occasion, but this is what I mean, Gaffer, man. Like,
let me show you what I want. Let me show you
man.
what I want, because this is I you know me. Sometimes I can bring graphics myself.
We love this. Share your screen and then share your screen and then I'll share your screen if that makes sense.
Yeah, there we go. So this is the Arsenal. First of all, this is the Newcastle setup. If I'm not
Zoom
mistaken.
in a bit.
This is how Newcastle set up, right?
Zoom in a tiny bit.
Can you see it?
Yeah.
Let me just do this 1 second. That better?
Yeah. Obviously, people you can't really see the goal. Yeah.
Okay, so that's Newcastle setup, right? We need to find the way that we currently play.
For the last game, people obviously.
The way, this is how they set up their last game in the league.
Kind of like Port Vale to a degree against us yesterday.
Exactly. So in this situation, you could play with 2 attackers and a DM because you don't need too many people to cover the fact that they only have 2 forwards. We have a back 4 that can turn into a back 3.
And Gyökeres is going to drop our inverted left back, so we're kind of going to even out the midfield.
So to change this,
I take Marino out that pivot, man. I'm tired of that. Big up yourself, Marino. I think you're getting scapegoated, but even looking at it.
So to change this, Odegaard's staying home, in my opinion. It's going to be Ethan. Ethan starts away. And in this game,
you reckon he's going to start Ethan tomorrow? Well, Sunday.
It's either Ethan or Max. It's either Ethan or what do you call it? Trossard starts and Eze's in the middle.
I want Ethan to start. I'm happy with either way, but I honestly, I think he's going to go with Marino again, man. He's come out puffing out chest. He's played Marino in how many games last season, which it worked. Why is he going to change anything now? I want him to, but if I was a betting man, it's a myth. It's Newcastle away, especially the midfield, of Newcastle, where we know how talented Gyökeres and Tonali is. And
I think I'm going to lose people. I'm trying to explain how I feel like we should be.
No, keep doing that. And also, while we're here, like, what do you think of Marino and Rice in midfield? It just says we're here as well.
Marino and Rice can work, but I don't feel like you'd have to have Marino in this position. And Marino in this position is not creative enough to create a goal for Gyökeres and Saka. And he's also not good enough to link up to get himself.
He's a better finisher than everything you just said as well. About him.
Let me just redo this 1 second. Let me just redo this quickly. So Moreno, if Moreno is going to be in the team, I need it to be like this. That's the only way I would want Moreno in the team. I would need Moreno to be in the middle, and I would need him to be like a second striker, and I would need him to be somebody.
Against City, he was more on the right hand side. Against Forest, he was doing the kind of left. I just Marino.
Yeah. Because I feel like Arteta needs to change the whole setup. Because the setup right now is a 4-3-3. And when he has it as a 4-3-3, what it does, forget about the personnel for a second. When you have a 4-3-3, we automatically turn the 4-3-3 into a situation where whoever is in this situation is here, and whoever is. So, for example, if you switch right now, Moreno's here. And then you now have a situation where you have 5 players on top of each other, and there's not enough spacing for Moreno to actually do what he's good at.
And we're narrow as a side anyways.
right? And then Eze has to then switch with Rice, and then Rice switches with Calafiori, and then next thing you know, our two DMs are sitting in this shape, and then Timber is coming up here, and then it becomes like that. And now Moreno is on top of Saka and Gyökeres, and there's not enough passing lanes. The way to improve this, in my opinion, is to replace him with an Ethan or an Odegaard. If you replace him with Ethan and Odegaard, in this situation, you replace him with Odegaard. Calafiori is one of our best threats on the left. Him and Eze and Gyökeres, that triangle. Odegaard, Saka, and Gyökeres on this triangle. And it then allows us to have way more space on the pitch. Declan Rice is no longer in this area with 4 people in this area.
I don't even know why Zubimendi don't move over to the left on occasion and Rice on the right, really.
And even if you don't, if you even want to make more space, you can make more space by just what do you call it? Having a situation where you let the left back and everybody else stay back, and you let the attackers one by one change direction. So Timber then goes forward and everything moves over. You know what I mean?
It'd be nice to be a lot like we're still extremely right hand centric. It as well, man.
The main reason why we're right hand centric is because we don't trust our left wingers. The left wingers.
Yeah, I hear that, but I can't lie. Arteta, that's not gonna fly now, man. Because we've been saying this for 2 years, bordering on 3. Like whether we do that or not, you need to trust them. You need to make sure we're not lopsided. Like there's no excuse. Because some of these guys will go to other clubs and we'll look at them differently. A Gaffer, you've got a potential, you've got ability, you're actually quite smart. Figure it out.
Couldn't we solve more problems just doing this? Wouldn't we solve more problems just having a 4-3-2-1? Then you have 4 players that can attack at any given point, and you have a back 4 that's solid. And then the midfield, their job is just to break the lines.
Or just protect. Like, right, so I'm not looking at you to break lines, but yeah, Zubi, do your thing.
He breaks lines with dribbling. Or running.
Yeah, but then when we're bucking these tight spaces, you're not going to get much joy. But I agree with it. But the thing is, Arteta knows more about football than us. But one thing I would say is Wenger knew more about football than you, Arteta. And I do think you could take a leaf from his book. And I'd also say whether you've got your UEFA badges or we're just armchair experts, everyone can't be wrong all the time. Like, what's got us here, like I keep saying it, Arteta's pragmatic approach has made us contenders. Your bravery will be the difference as to whether we end a 20+ year Premier League drought or not. Like, and the main thing for me with what you're showing there is interchange your movement. My last question for you, Danny Gal. Yeah,
look at that comment from Sol. We don't use the half space.
Which one?
We don't use the half spaces.
It's by design. All the positives and all the negatives are by design. Like I'm not even like.
That's how we got our 2 goals versus Port Vale in that space, in that left half space.
If you put Wenger and Arteta together, you might have the perfect manager. Yeah, I wish you could do that. I have to ask you though, man, how important is it to win at Newcastle away? God forbid we lose or we draw. How do we look at this? Liverpool could potentially open the gap. Obviously, we win.
For my mental health, we need to win. But in actual reality, if we get a draw, and Liverpool win versus Palace,
I don't know, Gal. Mathematically, it's still cool, but I don't know. It starts to get away from you now.
Yeah, it just becomes a situation where it's like it's becoming too much of an uphill battle so early in the season. We just need. This sounds weak for me, but we just need Liverpool to start dropping points, and then we'll start feeling better about ourselves. Because we can win all our games that we want, but until Liverpool start dropping points, we're not going to start feeling better about ourselves.
I'll feel better about that. I think you're right, but I would also add on that everything you said. But Arteta, I just need you to control the controllables because unpopular opinion, I don't even think it's the right time to be watching Liverpool and watching what Liverpool's doing. Like I think I've seen the same things whether we've won, lost, or drawn. We just need to stop feeling sorry for ourselves and just get on with it. Of course, like you said, because of where we're at, there's points on the board. The only issue is the best thing you can say, or I can say, the best thing I can say, and the worst thing I can say is there's 33 more games in it. That's like 90 odd points. So it's down to the players. Pardon?
Go beat Newcastle and beat West Ham, back-to-back wins. Everybody's going to feel confident again. And in that time, if Liverpool can drop 2 points somewhere, we're back.
And they dropped points last season, but we didn't take advantage, bro.
But that's the story of our life.
And that is what needs to change. Yes, what did you say? That's the story of our lives. Exactly. I don't know what to say, man.
Is it an Arteta thing? He changes his coaching staff every year. He changes his coaching staff almost every other
It's gonna
year.
have to be an Arteta thing because, as you said, you change your coaching staff every year. We see new players. Bert is here, bro. Gaffer, it's on you. And I'm not just saying this to create a pile-up with Arteta. It's on you. Yeah, you're the head honcho. Nothing gets done without you, even to the point where obviously you're not making a difference above board. But we're seeing in the Athletic, you're interviewing Bert. It's on you. Like you've got us here, bro. I want you to benefit from this. I want all of us to benefit because I don't care about a single individual connected to this football club above the football club. But I would rather you win and we've got stability and everything's happy and we're not doing the Mikel Arteta in out and all that crap. But unfortunately, it's down to you now. It's down to you, and it needs to start against Newcastle, which by God's grace we win. We all know that is not going to be easy. Newcastle's form's a bit shaky as well, if I'm honest with you. Like I was browsing their results.
You think if we did a poll from all actual Arsenal fans, not like the people who claim to be Arsenal fans that are fake, do you think we'd actually have like majority of them saying we're going to win this game?
Nah, man.
Like match going fans. If all the match going fans and like all the fans that are not like the super positive or super negative, just like the neutrals, the people in the middle that are balanced, do you think a large majority of them would be like, I think we're going to lose this game or we're going to win this game? Do you think it would be 60-40?
I think they'd be leaning towards draw, you know. Maybe even more loss. Because I think we're down in the dumps a bit. Maybe a bit of that is too emotional on our part. Maybe a bit of it is because of what we're seeing. One thing that doesn't help is Eddie Howe, unfortunately, has had our number a bit. We know it's going to be a fight. I don't want to be that Arsenal fan with referees, but we know that's going to be a thing. But end of the day, man, we knew when the season kicked off, we were playing. Eze has to start. I understand the logic with Marino.
Odegaard, Saka, Eze, Odegaard, or Ethan have to start.
Yeah, but I personally think Marino's going to play. To which I will say, all right, just make sure you get my points. Please, just make sure you get my points.
If Marino plays, I need to see what do you call it? Something that shows me that we are tactically superior to Newcastle.
Just get my 3 points, because even if I'm being harsh, you rocked up at Newcastle away last year with the stinky midfield of Marino, Rice, and at the time Partey. If nothing changes, man.
No. He went with Jorginho, no?
No. You're forgetting. I'm sure we went Bournemouth away, and we also went Newcastle away with Marino in that midfield three. And it's not even just a Marino thing. It's more, again, I'm not trying to make this Marino or any other player. It's the point where I'm trying to preach. Look at the players as tools now. Arteta's the tradesman. At times, he could have been like, okay, the tradesman's only as good as the tools available. Now you've gone to Wicks and Halfords. You've got top-end drill. You've got electric drill. You've got serious things. And I'm sorry, but it's Arsenal Football Club. Attack shouldn't be issues. You've done the hard part. I'm of the belief it's harder to learn how to be an amicable defense than a good attack, because in attack you can rely on instinct. You need to get it done. The last thing I want to ask you is,
ugly game. I don't care if it's an ugly game. Just get the win. We know
Newcastle's form is a bit shaky. I don't want to do the form thing, but there's that. And then obviously you got Arteta against.
We don't play the best football either, so it's like it suits.
Oh, we're not playing Newcastle for football. This is a rugby match, as someone said in the comments. This is a fighting thing.
Yeah. This is Anchorman. Everyone get their sticks ready.
Exactly. We win. Arteta, for your sake, I need you to win, because it can't be. You can't win a title now.
For our sake, bro. Forget about it.
For all our sakes, because I know, obviously, being a content creator, like one thing that jars me is having to answer the same questions. I know what comes with it, like Arteta in or out.
How many times did you have to speak about the lineup after the City game?
A million times. And for me, I'm not gonna lie, Arteta, I've wanted you to puff out chest. You failed at Liverpool. I think you failed on the grand scheme of things at City. I think I need that against Newcastle. These are the grounds that make me start. Remember, I said earlier, I only believe we'll win a title when I actually see us lifting it. If you were to I'll still believe it and whatnot. But if you showed me something different at Anfield, not so much City, but if you showed me something different at City, definitely win at St. James's Park. This is when I'm like, all right, cool. Because these are the grounds, Anfield and St. James Park, I'm happy we got out of the way. These are the grounds no one wants to play for. And I remember saying to you in the summer, I know people are crying about the first 6 games we had, but I could argue this is the best time, because even though Liverpool have taken maximum points, they've not been perfect. Not a single team's been perfect. It's kind of an even playing ground. I can't go back in time. I can't look to the future because it brings uncertainty. And there's no time like the present. And unfortunately, when it's all said and done in these 3 years, 4, if you include now, we haven't seized the present. And now that has to stop. Need to do this thing, man.
Will we? What's going on?
I don't know, man. But you lot give it up for it, Gal. Gal, what content you got to come out today as well, man? I will be cutting up the Gal segment and putting it out for you lot as well, because he joined the stream.
I got vibes from the 6 tonight at 10 o'clock. we do our panel show. I'm gonna have a Newcastle fan on, Liverpool fan. We're gonna talk about Kanate going to Liverpool, Saliba staying, Newcastle game, Palace game. And I was speaking to Rich, who's a Palace fan. He's like, bro, I believe we can get a point from Liverpool game. So I'm hoping they get something from the game. And knowing Arsenal, if Palace get something from the Liverpool game, we'll drop points ourselves.
Don't say it. Don't say it. I knew that's why I said don't say it. Yeah. Yeah. But that's the thing. It's one thing saying Liverpool dropping points. It's another thing us getting them. All we can do is just crack on in it. Like we can bitch about the team. We can be happy. Just crack on, man. Like we all knew what was going to be said about this club. Go on.
Even if we win, they're gonna find something else to talk shit about. The Arsenal, you know what the story has been? Let me give you the perfect breakdown. Gary Neville, game week 1. Arsenal won, but that's not how Liverpool or City would have beat Man United on the first game of the season. They would have taken them to the sword. Then the second game, who'd we play? 5-0. Yeah, sometimes teams that are not even that good can beat a team 5-0. And then what happened in the next game? You lose to Liverpool. You know what? When you go away to your title rival, you can't lose. Arsenal lost. And then the next game we beat Forest 3-0. Yeah, Ange just came. They were kind of there for the taking. 3-0 is a good result for Arsenal. And then the last game versus City, yeah, Arsenal should have really beat City 8-0. the way that they were playing.